long-form open discussion podcast. Topics include sensitive issues such as sex, religion, politics, race, gender, death, BDSM, MFM, CFNM, MMF, MMFM, and healthcare. Do not try this at home.
Get your motherfucking ass up when I'm talking.
So hold on tight. The action starts now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
And here we go.
What does 100% mean?
100%. Well, it's 100% is what we do every time. But no, I said 100 episode. Like, we'll be at 100 pretty soon.
It took us 6 months to get to this fucking point.
Yeah, but we getting up to steam now, nigga. We like a goddamn, 1890 steam engine. But, once we get going, ain't gonna be no stopping that bitch. It's going off the tracks.
And then we were built by Orientals?
Well, I mean, on the backs of them.
Yeah, so this is the 20th episode Extravaganza. We got a lot of great guests. We got a fucking musical number, a puppet show coming up. It should be fun.
Yeah, it's got an orange character with a comb over.
That fucking orange character with a comb over. We got Bernie Sanders stopping by for a campaign speech.
a little wife beaten by Phil.
Why is it that every so many years there's got to be like a documentary or a movie or a made-for-TV something that pisses black people off? So like, what was it like back in the day in the late '80s? It was Roots. Remember that Alex Haley's Roots?
Yeah, I remember Roots. I just got through watching Kunta Kinte, Shaka Zulu a while back.
Yeah, and so that comes out. All the black people are pissed off. That movie or that show, When They See Us, about the Central Park 5 comes out, and that white bitch gets fucking dropped by her publisher and shit, and then all the black people are getting mad again. Dude. I gotta say this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Black people, you need to lighten up.
Okay, well, I mean, God damn, nigga. Well, I mean, we can get into that right there. So I guess we might as well drop the hammer on that part of it and then jump back to the Central Park 5 because I feel passionate about that situation after watching.
That's fucked up, stuff. Dude. Like, you can't, fucking, not even a black or white thing. The fact that cops have done that, are doing that, still continue to do that. Cops turning off their body cams. Bro, there's an issue with fucking cops, man.
Well, you said it before. When you a hammer, everything's a nail, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And these motherfuckers are full of hate and vengeance. It's just like us, man, at work. When we pipeline, man, we get that mentality, that we about to mob this bitch mentality. And I presume, dangerous word there, that the police do the same thing. But, I think the reason why we haven't fixed the situation, and fuck the money behind it, I don't even see that shit, you know what I mean? It's because we still put ourselves in boxes with labels, white, black, brown, Hispanic, non-Hispanic, white, whatever the fuck it is. And as long as we draw
Pacific
those lines,
Islander.
allow people to yeah, Pacific Islander. I mean, how fucking, when's the last time one of them obese motherfuckers got shot? You know what I'm saying?
Last week.
Damn, nigga. Must have been a homemade gun.
Pacific Islanders in America have no rights.
Yeah, so what I'm saying, and I can say that. So, if you said obese, there'd be a problem. But because I'm a big nigga, I can say that shit. You know what I'm saying? But you can't say that. That's like the N-word for you. You know what I'm saying? You allowed that once every 20 episodes.
I got a spare tire.
Okay. All right. Well, spare tire is not the same thing because they're usually not even the right size. I'm
like Andy Ruiz Jr.
Yeah, but see, that's kind of worse. You either got to be a big nigga or a little nigga. You can't be in between.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm the kind of guy you look at me and you're like, he clearly doesn't work out or isn't making any effort whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, I'll drink a bunch of water. I should be fine.
Yeah, you're half step in two worlds.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I'm fucking. It's like my mom was white, but my dad was black, and I'm trying to claim that I'm black.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think society is pushed that, you know what I mean, because of dominant features. But, yeah, it don't matter because everybody's going to be yellow within 500 years anyway. So, all that racism.
Do we still say mulatto?
I think there's people say mulatto, but see, I came up saying high yellow. Yeah, high yellow was the term. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I like Redbone.
You know, well, there's red, there's yellow. You know what I mean? There's you know, there's just as many skin tones as there is. You know what I'm saying? Like people in the world, man. Yeah. So, but jumping back to the Central Park 5, man, I was disgusted, dude. Like I was angry. You know, it's probably good that I had, you know, a good 900 something miles in between me and where this white lady was.
I'm telling you, man. Could you imagine? Because I don't know if that's exactly how she acted and stuff, but Felicity Huffman, like imagine your fucking career 20 years later getting ruined because somebody portrayed you to look like a monster. So which I'm sure she is.
Two things, nigga. The bitch is racist. She a cunt. Okay, anybody that could help construct, leader, follower, doesn't matter. Anybody who could help construct that scenario, okay, is fucking stone cold fucking nasty. Okay. As far as her career being ruined, fuck that. That bitch is about to die anyway from age and miles on her, but she's already wealthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how the people involved didn't hold her accountable. I don't know how she's been celebrated for so long. They probably got 15 Lifetime movies about the cunt. You know what I mean? She acts like when she was 17, her daddy beat her for having sex with a black man. That's what she act like to me. She's angry. She works in the sexual crimes division, and she obviously has a thing about black males. So, you know, if you drive that back, or maybe the black dude turned her down. He's like, nah, I don't want that stink pussy, bitch. You ain't watched it this week. You know what I'm saying?
He's like, hell no, you can't suck no dick. But here, like, and the funny thing was, she's portrayed by Felicity Huffman, the same bitch that's like in trouble as the Full House chick for the college bribery thing.
Yeah.
So she's not doing any fucking favors. They should have used the chick that was Tony Soprano's wife, because she was just annoying enough to do it.
Yeah, she got that cunny thing about her.
Cunny,
yeah.
Cunny Sark is my favorite whiskey.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know, man. So you know that's my thing, Christ. Right? And is I think this should be an eye opener. And I'm going to stick to my guns. And I don't mean this as an insult, because I know a lot of old people who are awesome and shit. So I'm saying this constructively, and with the backup that poverty, ignorance, hate, of course, you know, self-experience, you know, teaches you a lot. But a lot of times it's your environment that helps create and shape your views. I think anybody before, like, I don't know. You're going to have to help me come up with a number. But I think they need to die. Like not like, you know, go wipe them off like Hitler, no, nothing like that, but like
die off.
Yeah, they need to die off. Like before, what year you think? Like what, 59?
Let's do some math here. My sexual preference age range is from like the 1960s on. So yeah, probably okay. Like if you're in your 60s and you don't smoke weed, you probably should. You're one of the people that should die off. Like people like Mitch McConnell.
Oh, you mean the split generation right there? Yeah. Yeah.
The old way of thinking, like that. Those people just need to go. Like you're We're trying to move on, but we still gotta wait because you're like the slow kids in the class, and we gotta wait because back in your day, we were the fucking greatest generation. Blah 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 blah. Segregation was the thing. It's like, well, you gotta go. Because we need to move on. We need shit to happen, and you're still allowed to vote. You're still allowed to be out there driving, like you know what I mean. And here, I want to say this out loud too. And I know this is not going to get a lot of fucking. This is going to be highly unpopular, and it's probably rooted in my bitterness that's sitting in the cockles of my heart. But I am so fucking sick of D-Day. I'm fucking sick of hearing about it. I'm sick of seeing fucking. You know, every time the anniversary rolls around, we got to see those old fucking shaky motherfuckers, and one of them's got to do like a paratrooper jump, and then one of them's got to throw a baseball to start a game, and we be like, look at that cute old man who never let go of the fucking 4 years he spent in the military 60 years ago.
Maybe it's like, not him that didn't let go. Maybe it was our propaganda campaign that never let go. And I'm just wondering if this country actually cared and loved and appreciated how many of them old men died in poverty without medications.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine, and it's a terrible thing, but it's like, can we just move on from remembering?
You know, no, yeah, but you talking about a race in history, man. You know, that's some Orwellian shit. You know what I mean? Like you gotta, you gotta breathe and take that with a grain of salt.
Like we just have to fucking we have to smile and be warmed every time we see some old motherfucker. You know, he's got those red bags under his eyes and his eyes are all wet and shit. And then somebody's got to be like, "Well, your grandfather was probably more of a badass than you ever were." It's like, first off, these guys were fucking forced to join, right? Yeah. They didn't want to be there. You got to do what you got to do. I'm not saying that I knew what would or know what I would react like if I was sitting on the LCAC and the fucking back end opened up and they started fucking laying waste. But it's like, Jesus Christ.
Okay, so you know, it's kind of
the
like same
color,
thing. It's kind of the same
it's like
thing.
Color.
Go ahead.
You know what it's like. You know what they need to do?
What?
They need to stop portraying shit as horrible. So, for example, the Holocaust, right? You see all these fucking Holocaust films. They should probably colorize them at this point. We have the technology, right? Add some reds, some greens, some blues. They're fucking depressing as hell.
Yeah. I think that's what they were shooting for. But, you know, I mean, if you want to compare all that shit, I mean, look at any ghetto in fucking America. You know what I mean? You put people in a situation where they're back against the wall, and they're going to try their best to come out that bitch eating. You know what I'm saying? And for a bitch, that might be selling a little pussy. You know what I'm saying? For a 13-year-old who ain't got no food in the refrigerator because his mama out selling pussy, might be picking up the gat and robbing the neighbor. You know what I mean? So, kind of is what it is, man. You know? So, yes, I'm referencing D-Day to, you know, teenage kids in the ghetto.
Selling pussy.
And if you want to know why, yeah. Because every one of the soldiers was buying pussy anyway. I mean, the ones that made it off the beach was anyway.
Could you imagine? I heard a lot of them used to get the bullhead clap because they go over there and fuck them nasty Frenchies, and then the fucking end of their dick would swell up.
They had to hit that bitch with a hammer, nigga.
They had to hit that shit with a hammer,
yeah,
or the butt of their gun.
A hammerhead.
Holy fuck!
Yeah, the butt of the gun. Yeah. Damn.
That's why I like that movie Fury with Brad Pitt about the tank.
Yeah.
They didn't shove the war aspect down your throat. They were just like, you know, the best part of that movie is like, I'm watching it, and in my mind, I'm just picturing him as the character from Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember that? He's like, you owe me 100 Nazi scalps.
Yeah. I think, man, it had to do with sales pitching, right? So there's nothing that unites a group like either a mass tragedy or a great victory. And on that, to overcome the tragedy of all the fucking death and shock and destruction to the world, they sold pitched it under the banner of victory. So, you know, wasn't there, can't explain, you know, don't know. But I mean, it's just like, you know, stories over time and like Indian tribes, you know, they pass down from generation to generation to help people understand so they don't make the same mistakes. But it don't matter because in some fucked up country, there's going to be some 20-year-old that comes into power because his daddy dies, and then he's going to fucking buy an eBay version of a nuclear weapon and drop that bitch off in a subway.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to North Korea. How old is that dude?
I don't know, but he looks like an Asian you.
Yeah, I've been told that lots of times. They're like, you know, you look like Kim, even while Kim Jong-il was like in power, most people were like, you look like his son.
Yeah. Did that nigga ever come to Northern Michigan?
Dude, and he likes basketball apparently, which is weird. Like, who likes basketball?
Yeah, it's fucking weird. Yeah.
20 episodes, dude. I figured we'd be millionaires by now.
Yeah, I think it takes a little bit longer than that, you know. Like, hence, we got to build the website, man. You know what I mean? That's huge. Currently, poverty's been keeping me from investing. Yeah, the climb out the fucking trenches is savage. My calves are burning.
Well, I've been slinging some weed on the side.
Slinging weed's good.
So I'm trying to build up to that, and then I should be able to do something coming up this Friday, to see about like doing a website. I'm thinking about calling the website something different, not the Repeat Offender Podcast, but like hurtinforsquirtin.com or something. Just send people the wrong message for the right reasons.
Yeah, it's got to be just something easy because. Like, you niggas need to be able to type in the web address while they're driving down the highway at 78.
You know, I like that. The wrong message for all the right reasons.
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing. Did I tell you, for my birthday, I'm going to get a fucking I'm gonna get the symbol of the podcast on my forearm.
Are you?
Yep.
Oh, that's fire. I like it.
And then I'm gonna get a special tattoo above my titty that I've wanted for a while.
Above the titty? Which titty?
Yeah. My left titty, right above my heart.
And your left titty? Are you gonna play? And who is that? Is that DMX?
DMX?
Yeah. Yeah, he talks about the left titty.
I don't listen to a lot of DMX. I'm strictly Wiz Khalifa or Plies.
Oh, okay. I'm glad. Well, at least you own Plies or whatever. I don't think I like Plies as a human, but a lot of his music I play. He sound like Trump though. You know what I'm saying? And the nigga say, you can give his kids $1 million apiece and tell them to do what their daddy did.
That's what he said.
Yeah, and ran off on the plug twice. He's like, I want to have about 10 kids, give them $1 million apiece and tell them to do what their daddy did.
Run off on the plug?
You run off on the plug twice, nigga. And if it gives you enough to give your 10 kids $1 million apiece, tell me where the plug at.
And you gotta run off on him twice? I don't know if that was the secret to his success. I think it was just something fucked up he did back in the day.
I'm just saying, like, if the bitch nigga so soft, you know what I'm saying, that you can run off on that nigga not once, but twice? Shit, I might hit that nigga 4 times.
I mean, after the third, it's kind of his fault.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, if you got enough money for me to run off on you 3, 4, 5 times, nigga, I might just swing through one time and get it all on the first round so I can save gas.
Look, I'm gonna fuck you over. Why don't we just do it all at once? Because I haven't got a lot of time to be doing this.
Hey, people respect honesty. You know.
Yeah, some people do.
Yeah, you got to be honest, man. I like honesty. You know what I mean? I mean, even sometimes it's fucked up though. Sometimes it's easier for niggas to live a lie.
You know, because of my life recently, I've been trying to be brutally honest with people.
Yeah.
And it's funny, you know, because people are kind of like, oh, what were you doing? I was like, growing weed. And then they kind of pause and they don't know how to react because I just fucking said that right at a gas station.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get my beef jerky, bitch.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of fire, you know what I'm saying? But you might segregate yourself and ostracize everybody pretty fucking quick. Because a lot of people can't handle that.
Fuck them. Fuck these people. I'm not living up here anymore. I'm leaving.
Good
I'm tired
job.
of this place.
Good job. Where you going? And
I don't know. That's the fucking point.
It needs to be somewhere inviting. Because I'd like to wind up somewhere that could be the awesome headquarters of the fucking podcast and shit. We can start a whole tourism business.
Here's where I'm at with the whole thing. So it's like, okay, because of everything, I clearly don't want to be here anymore. Yeah, it's nice in the summer, but then you got goddamn 9 months of fucking of cold and hell and everything like that. Yeah. I could give a fuck about skiing. I can give a shit about snowboarding. I can give a fuck about snowmobiling. Yeah. It's not worth it to me. It's very restrictive. I've had to fucking pay twice a week to get my fucking driveway plowed. Fuck the winter. But then, you know, the Wizzle, she wants me to go back to San Diego. Yeah. There's a lot of bullshit that comes with that where it's like we're going to be staying at the fucking in-laws house. Yeah. Nothing has changed since I left there. There's still way too many fucking people for my liking.
Yeah.
You know, mixed with the fact that I feel like a loser. I came here to grow some weed. I got fucked over by somebody. You know, now I'm fucking doing what I do, and I'm not very happy about it. And it's rough, you know, being 37. I'm almost 38. I have no idea what the fuck I want with my life. I don't want to drive a truck, but that's the only thing I really know how to do to make money. Yeah. You know, and I try to watch all these fucking, you know, Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V, and fuck all these people, all these motivating people, and it's like, I'm trying to find where they're talking about somebody like me in there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Where it's like it's easy to talk about like a 20-year-old, you know, just figure out what you want to do and go to Europe or go overseas and backpack and then figure out yourself. It's like, all right, cool. What advice you can give to the 37-year-olds who've had 51 jobs? They have no idea what they want to do in life. They got 3 kids. They got child support. They got bills. And I don't want to just keep doing what I'm doing. I don't want to just give up at this point and be like, well, fuck it. I should just be responsible and be there for my children. That sounds fun and fine and all, but that is the fucking slow road to hell.
Yeah, no, and it doesn't matter because you can be there for your kids, but you need to come under the understanding really quick that you have limited amount of time with your kids. Your kids are going to grow up, they're going to move out, they're going to be done. So you don't want to invest your entire fucking existence into something that is temporary. I mean, it's like a rent-on washer. It's here, it's paid off. By the time it pays off, it wears the fuck out, and you got to get a new one. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So you need to set yourself up definitely around something greater than just the children.
Well, it's like I love my kids, but at the same time, you know, I want to fuck my wife without having to fill them up with snacks and turn on a show and then lock the door. It's getting to the point where I can't even maintain an erection unless one of them is fucking pounding on the door asking for a snack.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well,
and
they'll get to the age real quick where they can fucking, you know, self-segregate and be sucked up into their fucking phone or Fortnite or whatever the fuck they're doing. So yeah, you'll be able to smash all you want. You know what I mean? Fuck that shit. If you blister their ass one time, they'll quit knocking on that door too. I'll just throw that out there.
That's my whole point. Everybody's like, oh, you should talk to your children. You should give them a hug. It's like, no, this motherfucker shit his pants and is throwing milk on the dog. It's not like I'm gonna reason with them.
No, you're not going to reason. You have to set boundaries. Look, man, that's the reason why they say, you know, stoves are fucking hot. And sometimes, you know, like when you're learning to cook with fucking grease, because it wasn't passed down generationally to fucking northern women, you got to let them fucking throw too many fucking french fries and let that bitch boil over on them one time. You know what I mean? Then they fucking learn. They learn how to manage the hot fucking grease.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like me. I'm a late bloomer. I'm trial by fire. I learn all my stuff and everything by fucking up or by being shoved into the situation and having to figure that shit out. But here I am, still not knowing what the fuck I want to do, staring at all these people. Now, I understand there's, you know, people's lives aren't really what somebody else perceives it. You could think they have the greatest life in the world, but it's like, no, first off.
No, it's chaos everywhere.
They kind of know what the fuck they want. You know what I mean? Like, they've been doing this for 20 years. They fucking, if I had stayed in the Navy, I'd have like 2.5 years before I retired. But that's a different story.
Yeah.
My whole thing is,
see, look,
like,
man, people settle. People settle. They assimilate. You know what I mean? From school, listening to the bells ring, to what they're supposed to do, to become good participants in the economy, to using credit, to overwhelming themselves until their marriage falls apart and they commit suicide in the bathroom with a life insurance policy they didn't know they had, being paid out to the wife because she says they slipped in the tub, when obviously he did not slip in the fucking tub. There's a bullet wound in his head. But yeah, so I'm not one for assimilating. You know, like, I go to work, I do my job, they pay me fair money for it. But I see myself somewhere in a slightly warmer climate, with a little bit of land, some privacy, and I would love to grow some pot. You know what I mean? But everybody's so scared to tie their money up in a situation that it makes it difficult for a motherfucker who's one paycheck from the fucking poorhouse to invest a lot of money and to jump. I need like a 90-day buffer. I need like enough money to float me for like 90 days without credit cards, cash on hand. And then about the time that I'm stressing that fourth month of money, waiting on the buzz to come in, that's motivation. You know what I mean? That's when the nigga cut back and step up, you know what I mean, and put the grind down, you know what I mean? Because nothing make you grind like hunger.
Well, speaking of bullet the brain, did I tell you that I called the National Suicide Hotline the other day?
Did you?
Yeah. Now, hold on. Before anybody starts to care and show concern, I have no intention of killing myself.
Okay.
It's just not me. It's not my thing. I get down. My lows are low. My highs are high. But come on, you know.
Yeah.
I wanted somebody to talk to,
Mm-hmm.
and not the same person that I've always talked to. Not somebody who's got some skin in my game. I wanted like an outside source that I could dump A to B or A to Z on.
Yeah.
All these fucking places, Talkspace, all 7 cups of tea, all that shit. All they want you to download an app and fucking fill out a profile. It's like, nah, I don't need all that. I know, and I'm like in my head, wait, National Suicide Hotline, they'll answer immediately, clearly, without having to go through any bullshit.
Yeah. So
I call, and they immediately connect me, and I'm like, listen, I don't want to hurt myself. I just need somebody to talk to. And the girl's like, oh, okay, so what's going on? So I was like, okay, and I opened up.
Yeah.
Fucking beginning to end, alpha to omega. I'm like, so first off, I don't like my life, blah, blah, blah. I moved over to Michigan to fucking grow weed for a guy, blah, blah, blah. He called me on vacation, blah, blah, blah. My mother, my son, my wife, blah, blah, blah. all this other shit.
Yeah.
And after I got done, because I talked, I think, for a good 15 minutes straight before she spoke again. And the first thing she said, and I swear to God, was, "Wow."
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I kept talking, and then you know me, like when I get talking, I get going, and she's like, "Well, it sounds like you kind of got a this bitch actually said, "It sounds like you have a handle on everything." And it's like, I will come through the phone like fucking Bill Cosby on Ghost Dad. Are you fucking kidding me?
Huh.
Like, I need some help here. I need somebody to tell me what to do, because, like, I got some problems that I've asked hundreds of people before, and they ain't got no fucking solution how to fix this shit. And I can't keep carrying this stuff on my back, and talking about it helps it out for a little bit. But ultimately, it's like, I need a fucking solution here, because I feel like I'm kind of running downhill, and I'm keeping on my feet. But at some point, man, I'm gonna trip. I'm gonna fall. I'm gonna stumble, and I'm gonna throw my arms out and take everybody down with me. Or by some miraculous fucking state of, compound media is gonna fucking email me one day and be like, "Hey, we'd like to pick up your podcast for 12 episodes." Either way, at the 52-minute mark, she told me she's gonna have to let me go. Like, what if I was standing on a bridge right now, ready to throw myself off? She's like, "But you already said you weren't going to kill yourself." I'm like, "Oh, yeah. All right, well, have a good day." She was just like...
You probably made that bitch want to jump off the bridge, nigga. She probably in Frisco right now, standing on that bitch.
Dude, there was a documentary called... What? Go ahead.
How you call a red bridge golden anyway?
Well, here's the thing. I'm sure it was red at some point. Or golden, or I don't know. Maybe it's something to do with the sun, because it's the West Coast. But there's a documentary called The Bridge, where some guy for some reason was just going to film the Golden Gate Bridge. Yeah, and then it was about a bunch of fucking people killing themselves.
Yeah, well, that one documentary or movie or whatever, I think we watched a clip of it, or previews or something. That little bridge in the Gap, the girl killed herself on. The dude had cameras up there, and then the family tried to sue him for doing the documentary because he didn't stop the death, even though he called the police, and he told him it was a stream, that he wasn't on the fucking bridge, and there was no way he could stop, but he called the police to stop it. You know what I mean?
Well, at the same time, when he showed the families this shit, or when he talked to him, he didn't tell them he had footage of their loved ones fucking dying.
Yeah, well, you.
And then there was that one punk rocker dude that looked.
It's your footage.
Well, there's that one dude that looked like. Yeah, it's like, dude, I'm gonna make a documentary, make some money out of this shit.
Yeah, like if
if
we're hanging out and we get drunk and I have sex and you videotape it, but I had I know we're in the yard, so that it's public fucking domain. You can see it with your camera. I mean, I can be like, "Damn, that's fucked up, nigga. You videotaping me." But I mean, if whatever. I mean, it was your video.
Either that, or you accidentally, quote unquote, leaked it out, and you're like, I'm a celebrity. I fucked somebody on camera, and then it accidentally leaked. It's like, no, your career was tanking. You needed attention.
Yeah, and then you're trying to sue somebody for that shit, for more attention.
Can you imagine what kind of uproar would if I filmed you having sex and leaked it?
Yeah, well, you wouldn't leak it. We'd have to plan that. But there was a dude at work. I think he was like, because so I'm in the hole, right? So a track hole, right? So the seat's sitting up a little bit, and like my crotch is at eye level. And there's this one inspector, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? And he got super offended, man. Like, some dudes were talking about some things of a sexual nature, and it's pipeline. Like, we're doing shit that can kill us every fucking day. You know what I'm saying? And like people, they like to stay upbeat. They like to keep morale up. Morale is huge, man, when you're working mad hours doing dangerous shit, right? So, this dude got a little offended and shit, man. And like, in all my years in the oil patch, I have never heard a single man get offended by a sexual conversation. You know what I mean? Like, the guys working with him, they started the conversation, whatever, it went into it. But my point being is, this dude, man, he be looking at my crotch. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the seat, I'm in eye level, and sometimes I don't know, because niggas be wearing sunglasses, we gotta have safety glasses, but it feel like nigga looking at my crotch an awful lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
if he's got sunglasses on and he's looking in your general direction, does he got to be focusing on your crotch?
It might be. I mean, I'm saying it seemed like there would be a little more tilt in the head if he was looking me in the face. You know what I'm saying?
I think I would tilt my head if I was looking at your crotch. But
you know,
that's
me. But your height proportion is a little bit different.
Was he tall?
He's taller. He's definitely taller. So if he had like a straight gaze, he'd go right into my nutsack. You know what I'm saying? Where they're pressing against my jeans.
Do your nutsacks fucking press against your jeans?
I'm a big dude, okay, and I'm a big dude, all right. So that means that there's a lot of pressure, you know what I'm saying, in my jeans, right? And then there's this large lump of mass that is cocking balls, and in a seat with my legs open to let my nuts breathe. They're definitely pressing to get some gene work.
Huh? I don't know if I sat down with my work pants on, you couldn't tell what's going on there.
Well, if you pull your pants up on your waist, right, to sit in this fucking machine with the seatbelt on, so that you're not, sliding in the fucking seat and rocking and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to get no bull on your fucking ass or nothing like that, your nuts and your drawers and all that shit working together, right? And because you need to be able to fucking open your legs up because your nuts get hot because you got your window open because you're doing tie-ins and shit, and you got, you need to be able to communicate with the people on the ground and see good and all that shit, right? Your nuts are definitely in your motherfucking jeans, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter, even if they what, you know what I'm saying? Maybe niggas fantasizing about what's hiding behind them jeans.
Well, that's fine. I mean, I tell you what, as a good-looking, reasonably straight married man, I'm total gay bait.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, and you meet these middle-aged niggas. So my point here is this nigga here, man, he reminds me of, like, the down home. He's from Florida, too, so it was such a disappointment to me, right? This motherfucker,
he wasn't representing Florida in the right way, huh?
No. And, not in any way, right? It's his attitude. Like, it's cool. I don't care if you gay and you want to check out my crotch, you know what I'm saying? But when you got your hand in your pocket and you're jangling and there ain't no keys because we leave the keys in the truck so they can be moved in the event of a safety incident, right? So what are you jiggling? Why is your forearm muscles moving with your hand in your pocket? You know what I'm saying? You're probably trying to twist one out looking at my nuts. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on there. But, yeah. Anyway, fuck that nigga.
As a person who cannot jerk off unless I'm in a sitting position,
yeah,
that's not in my realm of understanding.
No,
why would you be trying to rub one out on site?
Maybe it's a fucking.
What if he was jerking off and then you call us and you call it stop work?
I thought about calling stop work. Stop work, nigga. Stop work.
Stop work. What happened?
That motherfucker's got a dick. He twisted the dick.
He's fucking punching the clown. We gotta let this go.
He got that little thin, sensitive stretch of skin underneath the dickhead, and he's twisting it between his forefinger and his fucking thumb, just rocking it back and forth.
Yeah, get OSHA in here.
yeah.
OSHA
no
20.
Gloves. No gloves. The nigga ain't using the proper tool for the job.
Yeah, semen is not in the MSDS. Yeah. All right.
So this dude. So my point is, man, this dude remind me of a down home, super anal, super closet racist fucking Trump supporter, right? And I'm cool, like, Trump, do your thing. That's not what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about the stereotyped version of a Trump supporter, okay? That super fucking conservative right wing who's actually fucking got like 10 little boys locked in closets in his house in a subdivision in Florida.
I feel ya.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he presents himself as anti-drug, fucking, straight, laced fucking fake Bible beating, but at the same time, he's fucking probably cutting his skin with razor blades and fucking torturing women and fucking raping kids. You know what I'm talking about?
Speaking of a few of my favorite things, did you hear about that fucking dude? I think he was from Florida. I could be wrong on that one. But he's a serial killer that's been linked to like 60 murders, and he's a black dude, which is awesome because usually serial killers are fucking white.
Well, that's not true.
Well, John Muhammad.
Look, what I'm saying is most of the time they don't publicize the black murders, like that. Like, it's not like a cry out to the public, But if 3 white girls wind up dead, oh shit, we got a serial killer and everybody's in danger. Serial killers usually stick to their own race for the most part, unless they're after a specific fetish, like say big titties or brown hair or abusive dads or whatever the case is.
Like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah. So they
long.
Yeah.
For too long in this country, White people have been predominantly serial killers. African Americans deserve that right.
Deserve that right 100%, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm
Jeffrey
saying.
Dahmer
You think about all the deaths stateside, man, and all these crazy ass politicians, these unethical ass business leaders and shit. Why ain't no serial killer ever decided to pop a couple of them niggas off?
Like Dexter?
I don't. Yeah, Dexter. That was a fire ass movie or show. I liked it.
Except when he turned into a fucking lumberjack. Like, what the hell was that?
Yeah, that nigga went Ozark Trails on them niggas.
They're like, how are we going to end this? I got it. Listen. After all the things he's done, after all the people he's killed, after everything and all these seasons, send him to Washington to cut down trees.
Cut down trees, nigga. Yeah, that's crazy. You know, that's crazy. I can't.
Were
believe
they bad
actually,
trees?
I can't even actually realize that they have a fucking a tree cutting fucking industry in Washington, a land clearing industry, because you know the West Coast is predominantly fucking tree huggers and fucking anti-plastic and all this crazy shit. You know what I'm saying?
Till you get up north.
So my thought is this, man. If you are anti-petroleum, right? So you got tree huggers and you got Go Green and Stop Fracking and shit, right? I was thinking about like Vaseline and all this shit. I wonder if them niggas don't like if a vegan or a left winger or fucking whatever you want to say, that this climate change fucking activist, if they get like crabs, do they use Blue Star ointment?
Well, pump the brakes. What the fuck is Blue Star ointment?
It's the anti-itch motherfucking goddamn cream, nigga. It's crab cream, nigga.
I was today years old when I learned about that.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, you know, a lot of medical products are like got Vaseline, petroleum jelly, hence petroleum, right? So if you're anti-frack and you get crabs, will you use petroleum jelly?
I think you'll just shave your pubes and use the shampoo for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, like, you know.
Do people still use petroleum jelly for anything? Is that still
yeah,
an anal
I mean,
sex
did you
thing?
not use diaper cream on your kids? Diaper cream, most of your diaper cream's got petroleum jelly in it. Like A&D.
Huh.
A&D, the best shit for diaper rash.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh shit, you're raising a little tree hugger, this anti-fucking goddamn petroleum, but you're using it on his fucking ass, ain't you?
What about Astroglide? Is Astroglide petroleum based?
No, Astroglide's silicone based, so it'll melt your toys. Don't use silicone in the ass with the Astroglide. You got to use glass or steel.
Yeah, but how else are you gonna fit a golf ball through a Cheerio without breaking it?
Well, you use virgin coconut oil, and it's edible. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, there you go. You want that strawberry Astroglide in case you eat an ass. Have you noticed the zeitgeist, the tone, the pulse of society on the internet? There's been a lot of eating ass talk lately.
No, but I've seen that ever since that boy, now you say that, ever since that boy in Florida got arrested in Lake City for the fucking
Florida
sticker. Yeah, the sticker, the I eat ass sticker on his windshield, and they arrested him for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I wouldn't have took it off either. I'd have told him suck a dick, you know what I mean? Like,
suck a dick and I eat ass.
Yeah, that's what I asked that cop in fucking goddamn PA when he pulled me over for an imaginary fucking tag light. You know what I mean? I asked him, I mean, you a faggot? Or you sexual chatty? Or you harassing me, nigga? Who the fuck are you? You know, why you looking at my shit, nigga? Get the fuck out of here, nigga. You know what I'm saying? He's like, hand me your shit. I said, wait till I hit record, nigga.
What better way to segue into the fact that it's Pride Month than everything you just said?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But do you? That's what I'm saying. I don't give a fuck, nigga, if you want to stick a tree in your ass, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Or if you want to be one of them fucking homophobic white guys that brag about your $400,000 house, but you ain't got a wife, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got shit going on or a life partner. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? You ain't no motherfucker. You walking up and down a right of way that nobody fucking likes you with a fucking tree stick to help hold your big ass up. You know what I'm saying? The best thing that nigga could do is trip on a fucking rock, nigga, roll down to the creek and break his fucking neck. You know what I'm saying? Now, whatever. I don't know how to get the body out because he a big bitch.
I think that we should email someone to see if Pride Month can be a sponsor of the podcast.
Pride Month, man. Yeah, I totally sponsor them niggas. And I'm gonna tell you now, man. You know how San Francisco's like a big fucking mecca and shit, man.
Yeah.
I was driving this big truck, and I took it down 101 because I wanted to see the Golden Gate Bridge. I had never seen it. And so I drive in the goddamn downtown in that nigga. You know, I got my rap music playing. I got the windows down and shit because I'm seeing the sights. And I see this prostitute on the corner with no panties on and shit. And she was kind of big and wasn't real attractive. But still, you know, it reminded me of home a little bit. And so I yoked the left and then I yoked the right. Anyways, I'm coming up on this bridge, nigga. And I swear to God, nigga, they was like a rainbow on this fucking wall, nigga. When I crossed the bridge and went into this tunnel. It was like a rainbow, and I'm like, damn, nigga, it kind of felt like, you know, like they were symbolizing like super gay pride, because here I'm in this big semi, like a big penis driving down the road, and I'm going into a tunnel like a giant asshole, and I'm like, what a better way to make a statement?
What better way to celebrate Pride Month?
Yeah, nigga, drive a
Dude.
semi through the rainbow tunnel, nigga. What? Big ass.
So I've driven like, I think I did like a close to 700 rides for Uber when I drove for Uber. And I drove in San Diego in the summer of 2014 during Pride.
Sound like a horror movie or a goddamn Kid Rock song.
It's a little bit of both. But I tell you what, like I can understand where women come from about being objectified because, like I said, as a reasonably straight, good-looking married man,
yeah,
I had some of the most horrible shit said to me. Objectively, or like I was objectified,
yeah.
But just like, why would you say that to another person? Jesus, like, I'm
you
flattered as
honesty,
fuck.
Nigga. Can you not handle it?
I'm flattered as fuck. Well, I'm just saying, if you want to suck my dick, you're probably leaning out the window at a stoplight, drunkenly slurring that phrase. You know, suck your dick. It's probably not the best way to go about it. You know
why? Why? What do you want to bullshit around, nigga, and pretend that we're going to call each other back, nigga, and have awesome conversations, go share hamburgers and shit, so you got something in your tooth when I could just be like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? We're going to get this dick sucking on.
Well, yeah, you got to finesse me a little bit.
Ain't no finesse, nigga. Let's go. I mean, savage, nigga. Some of the best pussy nigga ever got was like, what's up? We fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you remember how I said that if somebody wants to suck your dick, they're probably going to do a good job. But
yeah,
this guy
so
was
if a nigga's honest and brutal enough to lean out the window and be like, I'm gonna suck your dick, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but he
that
was,
nigga probably gonna go savage. That nigga gonna have
like
so much
drunk.
saliva.
He was super.
He gonna have so much saliva
drunk.
coming, so much saliva coming out of his mouth. You gonna have to put some toilet paper on your balls to catch it, nigga.
It sounded like you're trying to pull your fucking work boot out of some mud.
Oh, it's going ham on that nigga, dog. It's like a cheese stuffed crust pizza, nigga, with too much motherfucking sauce and ragu on that nigga.
Yeah, but then, like, you know, he'd probably get too into the mood. He'd probably want to, like, try to kiss me. I'm not a kisser.
No, I ain't kissing you. Tell that nigga you got a mouthful of dick. I ain't kissing you.
Well, I don't mind if my wife, you know, or some other girl that happens to be in the room at the same time does it and then wants to kiss me. That's fine. But it's just the mustache, you know, the facial hair.
No,
it's
look,
just not working
a
for me.
nigga leaning out the window drunk to want to suck your dick probably ain't trying to kiss, nigga. He trying to blow and go.
I don't know, man. He just, they saw my profile. He was on the passenger side in another car. It's just something about me that just that made him shout that to me. And well, like I said, yeah. I didn't say yeah because he took off, so I didn't have a chance to answer. But I picked this guy up, and he was a good looking dude, and he was coming home from the bar, right? So I take him back to his place. And he's doing that gay lean thing in the back seat where he's like got his legs spread and he's got the one hand over his back of his head. And he's just like, I forgot how the conversation went, but ultimately we started talking about Grindr. You know what Grindr is?
The Grindr is that the gay
it's the
Tinder?
gay Tinder. Yeah. So I didn't know what it was at the time. He's like, I was like, so what are you doing after this? He's like, just making small talk, you know. And he goes, well, I'm probably gonna find someone on Grindr. I was like, what's Grindr? And he goes, you know what Yelp is? I'm like, yeah. He goes, well, it's kind of like that for gay sex. I was like, I don't think you've ever been on Yelp before. I'm like, you mean like Tinder? He's like, oh yeah, it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
So that was kind of my introduction to both that and my a deeper part of Yelp I've never used before.
Damn.
Apparently you can. I was like, I thought Yelp was just to fucking bag on somebody's shitty restaurant, but apparently you can fucking find some hole-in-the-wall glory hole sex.
That's fucking great. That's fire. Yeah.
Man, I tell you, one time there was a phase in my life where I would go into porno booths at like theaters and jerk off. You know, you put like the $5 in and you can like scroll through movies. And they got the little button.
I know that when I was looking to open the sex store up, man, around here, they had some theaters and shit, and they be niggas online advertising looking for niggas to come creep out their wife and shit at the theater on like Thursdays.
Yeah, that's another thing too. You remember? I know you're not big into sports, but you know, like the I think it's the Jets, the New York Jets.
I know, I'm familiar with the name. I think I've seen a couple niggas wearing their hats because they match the shoes. But go ahead.
And then the coach Rex Ryan. He was in that Adam Sandler movie. That's My Boy.
Maybe.
And he was the one talking about. So he got. I guess he didn't get busted because he wasn't really doing anything wrong. But it got exposed that he liked to go online.
Yeah.
And he would find black men.
Yeah.
Who would have sex with his wife's feet.
Damn.
Yeah, right?
Damn.
And then it was like a thing, and then it just kind of went away.
Yeah.
It's like
it
nobody
probably wasn't
cared.
exciting enough. You know what I'm saying? It was just a foot fetish thing, you know what I mean? But still being dominated by a stud bull, you know what I mean?
Well, it's just that's like I don't know if like they actually had sex with his wife, or it was just like I want you to fuck the soles of my wife's feet. But I mean, ultimately, it was there and it was forgotten, and it was a weird turn of events. But then he ended up in the Adam Sandler movie. And
maybe we can get him to come on the podcast and talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think Rex Ryan got enough publicity for his soul fetish.
Yeah, well, maybe we can get Tony Robbins to come on and explain his video.
Yeah, that was in the 80s, dude.
I don't give a fuck. Bitch, I was born in the 80s. Nigga, don't be the nigga forgotten.
Look, here's the thing. I think we're all adult here. We're almost adult.
Yeah.
We can all tell the difference between something that's meaning to be detrimental and derogatory and something that 20 years later everybody's just going to make a stink about just because they want to.
Yeah. No, I ain't saying. Look. I think the whole thing was in poor taste and taken out of context. Okay, the
audience he was talking to was black.
Listen, D.L. Hughley thought he was gonna pull a stunner video out on some niggas. You know what I'm saying? And because he got a following, you know what I mean, and was gonna come with some crazy shit and stir the shit pot. But it's like, nigga, fuck you. I mean, if you was really offended in your connection, you probably could have reached out and talked to Tony and said, man, there's some bad taste and that shit out there. You might want to prepare yourself for that.
Well, at the same time, it's like now's not the time to start fucking going back to, every time somebody like Jimmy Kimmel did he dressed up like a black guy. I forgot who he was trying to portray. That's like getting mad at Robert Downey Jr. for playing a black guy in fucking Tropic Thunder. Yeah. It's like
I don't know, man. I think it's all got to do with like the elections, and obviously they made the big stink about Trump putting the money on, which that's sorry as fuck. Like. Bitch, nigga, quit playing cop with your money. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem I got with this nigga, man. This nigga tried to buy these boys incarceration. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck out of here. But obviously that's playing into the election cycle. You know what I mean? Trying to start weeding out the pack and shit and put stuff out there in the injustice. But that's the problem with rich niggas, man. They don't understand that these people are living on fucking $600 a month and they can't afford lawyers. You know what I'm saying? Because you got 5 Jews sitting at the table, nigga, and can shoot down any law there is. Poor people don't have that. You know what I'm saying? And we got a cash-based system. You know what I mean? You pay to play.
Yeah, the whole concept of a public defender fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's shitty as fuck, nigga. And then up here, you know what I'm saying? It's like, in Florida, and when you first go in or whatever, and, like, they signing you up for a public defender up here, these niggas want you to qualify a whole bunch and shit. And it's like, and then they start hitting you with legal terminology, and it's like, what do you want to do, right? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you farming young niggas, man. You just want to get in convictions and set them on their way so you can incarcerate them later in life and take them out of the house. That's all you really want to do is take daddies out of home.
Could you imagine just like being sitting in a fucking interrogation room with some fat greaseball fucking New York City cop with a mustache, fucking sitting there getting in your face like, what did you do after you raped her? And it's like, whoa, I didn't rape her. What the fuck are you talking about? And they just keep yelling that in your face, right? Yeah. And then
I can't believe how scared their parents were, man, and letting that shit happen. You know what I'm saying? And then the one friend getting caught up just because he was a good dude who went to the police station with his friend. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nigga, what the fuck just happened? I think everyone in them
I know, it's like,
I think every one of the people involved should be sent to prison.
Speaking of bullshit bitch-ass cops, and I'm glad of this, is that motherfucker, remember the Parkland shooting in Florida? Why? Florida is such a fucked up state. So remember the Parkland shooting?
Yeah.
And that fucking cop, that sheriff's deputy, that didn't go inside?
Yeah.
And then he retired, and nobody said anything, and just recently he was charged with failure to fucking, do something about it? Now, Grant, then you got all the people, the same fucking people that, like, for years have been like, Blue Lives Matter, and they're here for us, and blah, protect and serve. Now are the same people that defending this fucking cop that are like, well, you know, a cop has no constitutional right to protect people. He just has to follow the law. And it's like, oh,
no,
God,
bitch nigga, he's paid.
Just drop the bomb.
Bitch nigga, he's paid to protect people, dog. He's not paid to incarcerate people. He's paid to be a first responder mediator. And as far as that, look, if police were doing a good job, they would not need a public fucking publicity campaign to fucking get people on board. I mean, how the fuck are you? You know, that would be like getting out of the streets and asking for a monarch to come back and rule the entire fucking land and take all our wealth and fucking, you know, have us in the street, you know, eating out of a soup line, starving to death of the black pig. You know, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here, nigga. You know what I mean?
You know how much his fucking retirement was?
How much was his retirement?
$5,900 a month.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's what I'm fucking saying. How the fuck is a cop, a sheriff deputy, retiring with that shit?
Especially in Florida, man, because Florida is such a low-wage fucking state. I love Florida, you're right, but the reason why it's so fucked up is because it attracts so many people from so many different parts of the country, and a lot of the wages are extremely low, so therefore there's a lot of crazy fucking crime. But I don't see how a motherfucking deputy's pulling $6,000 a month retirement.
That's fucking ridiculous. Especially, you know, and like after he didn't even do anything, like
especially he a coward. But I wonder how many of them little boys he roughed up against the locker and sent them to fucking jail for a bag of weed.
Oh fuck yeah.
Oh, you a bad nigga with a 15-year-old and a sack of weed, huh? In the hallway that's probably getting abused by a stepdaddy. You know what I'm saying? But when a nigga come up in there doing crazy shit, you hiding up on the desk like a little bitch asking your wife to fuck you in the ass. Bitch, nigga, eat a bullet.
Well, here's the thing that it gets me is like, you know, I clearly, as we talked about a little bit ago, I'm not in the best shape ever. But he's a fat old man. You know what I mean? Like he's an older, out of shape dude, and it's like, how the fuck, as a police officer, as somebody who's sworn to serve and protect, are you allowed to just be like that? Aren't there like requirements, like physical requirements? Like that's why I go back to, if I think anybody should be cops, it should be people that have served in combat. Like
no, I don't think that. I don't think that, man. I think that combat niggas, man, are fucking unpredictable. You know, no ill will to nobody, man. I appreciate everything that was done in false pretense. But you can't take a nigga who's war ready mentality, you know what I'm saying, and then send him out here to handle civil operations. You know, now you talking about SWAT team? Cool. Put them niggas on the SWAT team. Them niggas, you know, are to run like a tactical fucking unit. You know what I'm saying? But to be deputies and come out here and handle domestic violence and to handle, you know, a nigga growing a couple plants in the backyard in Georgia, where I guess that's a capital crime. I don't know. Probably. You know, but you can't send a fucking military nigga to go fucking, you know, investigate a Catholic priest molesting fucking 872 kids. You know, not prepared for it.
I mean, the opposite side of the spectrum is just some regular asshole who's never gotten a charge in his life, who's looking for a fucking job. It's like, yeah, I figure I'll qualify for it. They don't know how to deal with people that never fire their gun. I
think there should be a maturity test. Maybe you should have to be at least 35 years old with some kind of life experience. I think that it definitely should be a division in law enforcement. You know, the type of laws that are, you know, that they're pushing, right? So it starts at the top. You know, you can't be putting babies out there, and you can't be putting, you know, fucking people who are shell shocked. You know, like, man, it's fucking tragic. You know what I'm saying? What we do to young men, and then what? I mean, we can't dump them by the sideline. I'm not saying that at all. You know, but you can't put a nigga who's shook up mentally from fucking, you know, killing people. from being put in an environment of life or death, and then tell them to come out here and write speeding tickets.
Right, but there are people that have gone through it, that have walked through that, and they come out the other end, and they understand the difference, and they maintain mental health, they maintain procedural things.
I know. I'm just saying mental health is extremely unpredictable, and I'm not saying that it's any different because there's people who live stateside who never go in the military who are shell shocked, bad life experiences, whatever, But we're all biased, But I just think that it should probably be illegal too for the police, for the local police department to use military grade fucking vehicles and weapons and shit like that. Like if the environment or the situation has eroded completely to the point that you need to come in with tactical gear and fucking MRAMs and shit like that, right? You should probably call SWAT in. That's a separate division. That's a separate fucking unit. But for these road deputies to be coming out here looking like goddamn Judge Dredd, get the fuck out of here, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because you fucking a bitch in the SWAT car? Because you harass some motherfucker on the way to fucking work and charged him $400? In a lot of areas, $400 is this bitch nigga's whole check. You know what I'm saying? So you set that nigga back, his whole family back, a whole week, and you don't even know if it was the same car that you clocked the speed. You probably made this shit up. Or bitch nigga, why are you using your lights to get onto the expressway and merge into traffic, or to run a red light because you're tired of waiting because you're talking on the fucking phone and you're insecure that the 19-year-old black boy's fucking your wife while you out there harassing his people. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Eat a bullet.
I like how you have the same conclusion for almost everything. Somebody fucking his wife, eat a bullet.
Eat a bullet, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
That's the biggest problem in America is somebody's fucking somebody else's wife, and they should kill themselves.
I mean, you heard country music, lately, like this nigga at work. This nigga at work was going to a concert, and I'm like, who the fuck is that? Like, I don't even know who the fuck that is. He's like, Thomas, that's a big ass country singer. I'm like, bitch, nigga, I don't know about this country here. This that gay shit. Like, I know old country, savage shit, and that's what rap music today reminds me of. Like, old country music, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do me, nigga, fuck you, come on property, I'm gonna hurt you, I'm gonna get money, and I'm gonna protect my home, right? And but new country music be like, I pulled up in the yard, I'm drinking beer, and the headlights are shining through the window, and I see the shadow of another man on my wall, and I'm sitting here crying in the driveway, why it's not me, and why is he in my bed? No, nigga. 1975 country music would have drove the truck through the fucking house drinking the beer, okay, or cracked the beer afterward, okay, and went over there and pissed on the nigga.
Racist as shit.
And pissed on the nigga's legs, you know what I'm saying, that he can't use no longer in life because you didn't kill him, you just ran him over at the waist and squashed his fucking dick with a 33-inch mud tire. And I think that's the same thing as rap music now. You know what I'm saying? Nigga pull up from making a serve and then another nigga up in the house. Nigga probably gonna run up in that motherfucker and drag him. He gonna drag the bitch because he know that it probably ain't the nigga fault because the nigga don't even know him. But the bitch is the one opening up her leg. So he probably gonna fuck her up. He probably gonna shit on her head.
You know why rap music and hip hop and country music are similar? They're almost the same kind of music. They both talk about their backgrounds and their upbringings. They both talk about certain kind of liquor. They both talk about women.
That's what I've been trying to tell white people for years.
Every song is about their day. Same with rap and country. They got to be talking about their day.
They both
and
tell
what
stories.
they've been doing.
They both tell stories.
Like, you know what sucks too is like, so I worked in a country bar for 2 years.
Yeah, we talked about that.
And to be honest with you, in my this is in Southern California, so this is where that opinion is stemming from.
Yeah,
country people like out there are the fakest motherfuckers in the world. You gotta, you're in Southern California. It's hot there. You got sandy beaches, beautiful women, and your fucking ass is starching your Wranglers. There's a motherfucker that went there, and his hat, he would wear his hat so low above his eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you couldn't even. You just see his fucking nose. He looked like an old timey sheriff.
He's probably covering up the swastika tattoo that was on his head.
Oh, dude, one of the guys that used to go there, big surprise Trump supporter, on his left bicep, he's got the SS lightning bolts. But anyways, but these motherfuckers were just the fakest people in the world. And then I'd be forced to sit there on the dance floor because you couldn't bring a drink on the dance floor. And I would listen to this music, and it was like, it's so pretentious because it's like it's basically talking about I want to fuck, but then you're trying to seem like a gentleman, like we're watching the moon, dancing in the sun. Like fuck off, you want to fuck? You think you're getting into heaven faster because you're like I was nice about it.
That's what I'm talking about because they use different words, but I like old country.
Yeah, when they were drunk in prison.
I really like old country, angry outlaw country. I like it, but yeah, I don't know. White people, man, like they trying to be, like too proper. Get the fuck out of here. Where I grew up, man, we had the preppy rednecks, the people that played redneck, but they had so much money they could never be, redneck. And I don't mean like racist redneck. I mean like just country people. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they thought that they were bad, but nigga talk shit and get his ass beat. You know what I'm saying? Like nigga, fuck you. I'll piss on your face. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here. Eat a bullet. You know what I mean?
Eat a bullet. Somebody's fucking his wife.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, dude. I just
they wouldn't let me play football because I had fucked up the quarterback in like fucking elementary school, nigga. Like I drug that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like get the fuck out of here. And then in high school, I was a beast, nigga, and they wouldn't even let me play football because of that bitch, nigga.
Because you had sickle cell anemia.
I'm like, get the fuck out of here. No, it was a white boy. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, how the fuck, football's an aggressive sport. How you gonna bench the aggressive nigga?
Well, because look at Warren Sapp. You don't want a dude like that out there. Warren Sapp hated white people.
I'm like, get the fuck. I'll crush these niggas. You know what I'm saying? And I did, nigga. In scrimmages and shit, I'd fuck them all up, nigga. I put them in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't want to let a nigga out there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. I don't know. I could have been a beast, nigga. I could have been on the TV. You know what I mean?
Jesus Christ. So it's late. We're hitting that out. We're hitting that hour. We should do the shout outs.
Are we? Yeah, we need to do a shout out, nigga. We need to do. What about the cunt, nigga? Did you ever come up with a cunt of the week, nigga? Who's our cunt of the week this week?
The white bitch from the motherfucking Central Park 5.
No. Well, yeah, it's shared. So it's her and the Parkland fucking cop. Get with the $5,900 a month pension who decided not to do anything when children were in trouble.
So they could make like an awesome old white fucking church couple.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Down in Texas, one's a queer beer, one's a housewife. They both support Trump.
Yeah, and they both want a black bull to come in and mud them out.
Yeah, and they want to fucking speak to the manager and Blue Lives Matter. And if they didn't want their children taken away, they shouldn't have come here illegally.
Yeah.
So shout out to those fucking both. Shout out to that cracker duo. Shout out to the National Suicide Hotline.
Yeah, they're awesome. Just don't go over 53 minutes.
Yeah, don't go over 53 minutes because they got shit to do. Shout out to Pride Month and Grindr. You could be a sponsor, Grindr. Wouldn't that be fucking awesome? Today's podcast is brought to you by Grindr. Grindr, we're like Tinder, except it hurts.
Hey, quick question: is Crosby still in jail?
David Crosby from Crosby, Stills and Nash.
No, Bill Crosby, nigga. Bill Crosby.
Oh, they said Crosby. Yeah, he's still in jail.
I think I'm gonna find out, man. We ought to write a letter and see if we can go visit that nigga.
He's in prison.
We can go interview him.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Put the roof in the pudding and that right. Oh,
I'm saying, like, how fucking fire would that be? You know what I'm saying? Because look, he ain't got nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got a busy day. You know what I'm saying? We could probably slide in there. You know what I mean?
Man, I wonder what Bill Cosby does in prison all day.
I don't know. He probably fucks little boys.
Not in prison. There's no little boys in there. Last time I checked.
Shit, you seen some of them scrawny ass nigga, 19-year-old niggas like this is one nigga I work with at work. Cool as fuck, man. I like him. You know what I'm saying? Except for the nigga passes out a lot. But like, dude, he'd be like the perfect little nigga to become like a gay hooker. You know what I'm saying? He's tiny. He's got a real feminine frame and shit. And if he cleaned up, he looks super young. Yeah. So like, I'm sure there's a bunch of motherfuckers like that in prison.
That Bill Cosby can fucking rule. He's like, you ever seen the Cosby Show?
Yep. So I mean, he could be pipelining, but just a different kind of pipeline. He can moonlight pipeline. You know what I mean?
Jesus. All right, let's shut this shit down.
Shut it down, nigga.
So shout out to the sponsors and Bill Cosby. Just remember 2 things. 1, that roofies come in a generic form except they're chewable. And 2, if you have that choice, if you're in that situation, shit's about to go down, you should never, ever go quietly. Peace.